do something. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. And I don't want to do it the traditional way where I ask you if you're ready to ride the Giant Dipper on its 100th anniversary. And I get sort of a lukewarm roar. And then I have to ask you to do it again to get the roar that I wanted from the start. So I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to yell at Great America and Six Flags hear you. And they know that this is home to the world's best wooden roller coasters. I agree with that, by the way. So, I'm going to ask you one time, are you ready to ride the Giant Dipper today? I'm sure they heard that in Vallejo and San Jose. We are so thankful to have you here today on the 100th anniversary of the Giant Dipper. You know, 100 years ago when this ride opened, there was a big gala in the Coconut Grove, and people started lining up at 7 a.m. And the line was 200 feet long of people waiting to ride that ride at 7 a.m. And I think you have that crowd beat today. We are so thankful to have you here as part of the Boardwalk family to ride this historic, wonderful wooden roller coaster, the Giant Dipper. So thank you all for being here. It turns out that one of my good friends, oldest friends, is the vice mayor of the city of Santa Cruz. And she was nice enough to put together a proclamation for us declaring today, and this entire month actually, Giant Dipper Month in the city of Santa Cruz. So we want her to share that with you. And Renee is not only the vice mayor of Santa Cruz, but she's also the principal of Bayview Elementary. So she's an educator as well. So Renee?
Thank you. And he knows, but he didn't say. My first job was here at the Boardwalk, operating the Giant Dipper. So I'm so happy to be back here 30 years later, opening up the Boardwalk for all of you. I see some of my former students and some of my current students in the crowd today. And I'm going to read parts of this proclamation on this historic day. So, whereas the city of Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk was founded in 1907, it's California's oldest surviving amusement parks and one of the few seaside parks on the West Coast. And whereas the Giant Dipper was built by a 50-man team and began thrilling guests on May 17th, 1924. And whereas the Giant Dipper was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1987, and whereas over 68 million riders have enjoyed the dips, twists, and turns of the Giant Dipper, I, Vice Mayor Renee Golder, on behalf of Mayor Keeley and the entire Santa Cruz City Council, proclaim May 2024 as Giant Dipper Month in the city of Santa Cruz and encourage all of you to celebrate and ride it today. Thank you.
Here on stage, we're going to do a little ceremony here in a minute. I want to tell you that, obviously, for 100 years, we have been lovingly taking care of this ride. And it is truly a labor of love. People use that phrase a lot, but it is really true, not only at the Boardwalk, but with regards to the Giant Dipper. And the reason we take such good care of this ride is because we know how much you love this ride. We know how excited our guests are to ride this ride. We know what it means to you to share the memories with your friends and families of riding this ride. And it is frankly invigorating for us to be here on a day like this and see and feel all of your love for this amazing wooden roller coaster. And I guarantee you that 100 years from now, there will be another ceremony right here celebrating 200 years of the Giant Dipper. So thank you all for being here today. And by the way, anybody riding the Giant Dipper for the first time today? Welcome. Life is different after you ride the Giant Dipper. There's life before you ride the Giant Dipper and life after you ride the Giant Dipper. So, without further ado, we have a very nice ceremony that we do every day that we're open here at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It's called Guest of the Day, and we invite one special guest to officially open the boardwalk and begin a great day here at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Renee is going to be our guest of the day, and Juan Pablo is going to lead the ceremony for us. So.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. How's everyone doing today at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk? Ladies and gentlemen, but I didn't hear enough energy. Let's shout out again one more time. How's everyone doing today at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk? Well, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, my name is Juan, representing the Games Arcades department. And to my left, I have the city of Santa, or the vice mayor of Santa Cruz, Miss Renee Golder. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Renee Golder will be asked. Well, I'm going to be asking her a couple questions about the boardwalk, and then we can open up the ceremony. And that's pretty much it. So how does that sound to everyone today? All right. Well, Miss Renee Golder, since you did state that you worked here at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, did you work anywhere else, like any other department apart from rides?
Well, no, I worked on rides, and my husband worked on Break-A-Plate. My good friend here worked on rides with me, Shannon, and my brother-in-law worked at Hodges, but we're all in different departments.
Very fantastic. Can we get some love for everyone in Miss Renee Golder's family? Well, since you did state that you worked here at the boardwalk, what was your favorite part about working within the boardwalk?
Well, my favorite part of working at the boardwalk was scavenging in the train cars after the train came back, looking for change, and then going downstairs to buy a Pepsi for lunch.
Very good, very good. But since you did mention that you worked here at the boardwalk, what is a favorite boardwalk memory that you hold so dear to your heart?
Wow, that's a hard question. I think one of my favorite boardwalk memories would have to be bringing my own kids here when they were little. They used to love to come ride the rides. My daughter's down here today. But I think that's one of my favorites, the bringing the generations of kids down here.
Very fantastic. Who here's bringing their kids here to the boardwalk? Parents that have come here for so long. But since you did mention kids, what is your favorite ride that you hold dear to your heart as well?
Obviously, Giant Dipper #1. #2, Thompson.
There you go. Who here likes a Giant Dipper? And our last and final question, Miss Renee, is who did you ride the Giant Dipper with for the first time?
It was my sister. She's 2 years younger than me, but it took me a couple years to catch up to her in height, so I had to stick something in my shoes so I could get up there and get on with her.
Very fantastic. Who is running the Giant Dipper on the 100-year anniversary? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to get the ceremony started, but I want everyone, including the people in the back, the fourth, to give a countdown for Miss Renee Golder. And on the count of 1, I want you to say Happy 100 Giant Dipper. How does it sound to everyone? Let's begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,